What?
Hey!
Whatever you did!
Where was I? Brent, hey, it's Ron. Hey, there's something I called you for. As I'm looking down, jotting down my notes here. I also heard that Keith also got Ruffles pregnant last week, so it's Diet Coke and it's Ruffles. But he talked him into getting abortions, so they got the abortion this morning. They had to, so we had a storyline for tonight.
Monster.
Anyways, mock prom is next week. Now it's 11 to 4. You gonna come? Well, I had to advertise mock prom. I had to do a little advertising for Annie, you know. Yeah, yeah. So, will I see you there? Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, I guess I'll catch you later. Well, hello, Tuxedo Guy. You made it to our reception today. Well, yes, I did. Sit down. Pete sent me a report this week about your behavior. Let's see what you wrote. You wrote a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Oh, you were throwing things. You were insulting Pete, and you were insulting Keith. I tell you what, people, I can't do the split personality storyline anymore. Oh, I can't do it. I mean, look at this. This semester, just look at what the Theater of Ted writers came up with for these storylines that I had to do. Number one, the pickle jar storyline. Come on, who's going to believe that I'm really being stalked by a demon? And by the way, on the side note, Dave doesn't want to play pickle jar anymore.
Aw, shut.
Fuck! Yeah!
And what was it with the whole insulting Keith, Pete, and Hanson storyline? And just insulting people in general. It just sucked. And what was it with me supposedly being engaged to a bottle of soda, and then I was trying to move on to potato chips? Me being engaged to a bottle of soda, you can't get much more of a loser than that. And Theater of Ted therapy, that just sucked too. I mean, it is very hard to be the client and the therapist all in one. I just can't do it anymore. And what was it with the whole, which goes back to the split personality storyline? I can't do it, folks. And what was it with the whole anger storyline? When I'm throwing stuff around, I'll probably get somebody hurt, since I can't get anybody hurt, since Pete advertises that anything goes at Theater and said, we all know that we've been misled by Pete.
Fuck yeah!
And the whole cussing storyline. Come on, not anything really goes. We really have to really calm our language down here.
Sorry. Yes, CJ.
And moving on. Okay. I found a pretty cool script I was going through that Dave and I were looking at. Dave and I were talking earlier in the semester, and there was this really neat script that he wrote out. But he got sick and he couldn't make it, so we ended up coming up with the Theater of Ted Therapy Part 2. But I really like this script, and I know Dave's not here today, but I really wanted to at least do it because it's just a shame not to. So bear with me here. It starts off, he writes my lines, Ron. Here I am, this is me talking, here I am at the Theater of Ted again, sitting alone on my lawn chair. I really thought Diet Coke was the one for me. But Diet Coke broke my heart. I just thought it was absurdly rich because I wear tuxedos all the time. When it found out the truth, it left me. Soft drinks are so shallow. What am I going to do? Here's Pickle Jar's lines. Perhaps I can help, Ron. Mine. What? No way. You? Why would you? Why would you want to help me? His response, Ron, being a demon isn't all about committing outright evil. Sometimes it's about making, I don't know how to spell this, maybe some of you know, F-A-U-S-T-I-A-N. How do you spell that?
Faustian. That's not how you spell it.
Acts with,
That's how you say it.
Acts with Eucharistic or 90. My response, what the heck does that mean? Pickle Jar goes on and says, I'll get you a date if you promise to regret it later. My response, no problem, I'm ready for this. So Pickle Jar goes on, superb, Ron, superb, but now I'm helping you. I have to tell you that's probably your first problem. You take things too seriously, you're too desperate. Girls like a guy who's interested, but not forge an unholy alliance with a demon for the faintest glimmer of hope interested. My response, well, what should I do? Pickle Jar goes on, just play it cool, man. You're a handsome guy, good, says you got good principles, 24 access to word-looking rubber. I'm not going to say the word, it's the S word. Points to gargoyle, it's a side note. With my influence, you can't go wrong. My response. So I can really start dating, like, side note. Ask whoever you want in the audience. You want to go out. Pickle Jar's response. Whoa. Slow down, Ron. You were engaged to be married to a bottle of pop last week. Actual women are still a long way off. You're going to have to date your way up to the food chain for a while here. My response, oh, man. And Pickle Jar writes, hey, don't beat yourself up. You could be doing a lot worse. Dating diet soda isn't that bad. I mean, it was a name brand. For now, I'm reasonably confident you could date a bag of Garditos. And hey, I just happen to know one. I'll set you two up. Bonnie's at 8. This is a part of the side note. Next guy gets on stage with Garditos on a table. He improvs them, having a great time. After a while, he gets up to use the men's room. Some people come on stage to eat the Garditos. How could you do that? My response, hey, so I remembered something about, I don't know where he gets these. Nietzsche. Oh my God, who could have predicted this? Then I'm supposed to start crying. But I won't, I'll save you all. His response, oh, toughen up. You're not going to make it on the dating scene. You can't handle stuff like this. Dates get beaten all the time in the real world. It's a statistic. My response, you mean I have to endure this world-shattering pain again and again? And I was into that. So to finish out the rest of my piece, I think I will be moving on to Keith.
Oh.
Yeah!
Now, here are some of the insults that the theater of Ted writers wanted me to say to you. You could go take a sugar frost off the end of somebody's dick for all I care.
Yeah!
You don't dare to suck. You do suck. Excuse the pun.
This does sound like our writers.
Those lines are in very poor taste.
Very poor. Let's hear some pussy line.
I was ashamed
But
of
here's the
theater.
thing, as I stood there, it says in the script,
What would
I was
Tina Fey
supposed to
say?
insult Keith looking like I had to take a crack. So, I'm going to do that.
Wait.
Not really taking a crack.
Looking like.
Yes. So I'm going to try it.
already had that.
You should take a sugar cross on somebody's dick for all I care. You don't dare to suck, you do suck. Excuse the pun. So now I'm forced with a dilemma. So, do I go to the dark side and do the whole poor taste route? Or do I stay in the light and do things in good taste?
Stay in the light! Be appropriate!
Thank God. Don't
Fuck
be angry.
yeah!
I refuse to do any more skits in poor taste. And I refuse to do any more pieces that is not worshiping Keith's greatness.
Boo!
Wait. Oh no.
Can I get anything for you, Keith? Soda chips? Bad idea.